Yeah, that's good.
Hello,
All good.
everyone. Welcome to the Shedcast. Is that a thing? Yeah, it's a thing.
Shedcast is now a thing, so we have Stitchy to thank for that.
That's it. Can you all hear us, guys? Because we've had to tinker with loads of settings. Can you hear me? And can you hear him?
Me. Can you hear us okay? All right. BBGN's in, Stitchy's in, Gemma's in, Misty's in, Metro's in, Tom's in. Wow.
I might have to turn up you a
And a
little bit.
few others. Let's see. Hansa Nate official. I can never pronounce that. It
Passionate.
says, yeah. Pazanate. There you go. We can hear you loud and clear. They can indeed. Woo, that's
Good
good
times,
news.
good times. Right, so sorry, I'm all
Good
tangled up all of a sudden.
news.
We've actually been we've been on here since about 1:45, just getting stuff ready, and we clicked go at exactly 4 o'clock. And YouTube's
Yep.
new system, I don't know what it is, put the stream on hold for like 3 or 4 minutes, which was annoying.
Yeah.
But
They
alas,
love
we
to change
digress.
things in the background, don't they?
They
As
really
always.
do, which is why the chat room
Ah,
is just a plain old chat room and not a CSS type chat room, CLR chat room, because they
CLR.
keep on changing things. Yes, Mark is in his bedroom, his extremely
Yep.
manly bedroom, as always.
Yep. So now that we've confirmed we're all okay, shall we get on with the intro and starting the show as we mean to go on?
Yeah, go on then.
No. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Game Shed with me, Mark.
And me, Jamie, and today we're doing the very first of what we hope to be a very regular, at least once a month, live vlog. And it's
Yeah,
called Shedcast, thanks to
it
Stitchy.
is. What a great name. That works perfectly. And I think if people like it, we can continue doing it in this fashion. We could also change it up a little bit if we kind of get a bit of feedback. But I think this works really well for us. And we don't have to be doing much organisation to manage to do this. I think it's worked out pretty well. And
You
I think this
say we
time's good
haven't
on a
done
Sunday because we
much
kind of.
organisation. I've spent about four
Sorry, I mean,
hours.
as in, I haven't had to come round to yours, and that's what I mean by organisation.
Right,
Or you
right.
haven't had to come to mine. Yeah, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, this 4 o'clock slot I think is pretty good. It seems to cover most people, I think, time zones wise. So yeah, indeed.
Yeah. Um,
Right, so yeah, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Mark. I think everyone on here knows who we are. I
yep.
can't see anyone new, but if you're new, we'd love to see you in the comments. And that over there, I don't know which way
Me.
I need to point, is Jamie.
Yes, and
Yeah.
yeah, so I've been very quiet of late, but we're going to get into that. If you're wondering what topics we're going to be discussing today, if you just look over there, there's a running list. So at the moment we're on the Shedcast intro. We'll move on to a channel update, then some gaming news, then the infamous Nintendo Switch or the Switch Up, the currently playing, where we'll discuss what we're currently playing, a competition where you guys can win a prize, and a Q&A where we'll open it up to you. And that is what's going on
Nice.
today. And that we will always have a running list of topics so you can delve in and out and see where we're at in terms of the longevity of our stream.
Nice. Excellent. So I suppose first things first, now we're kind of happy, everything's working well. We've introduced ourselves. I think it's on to the update.
Alrighty then, let's move on to that then. And what we will be discussing here is just stuff about the channel. So I think we've not done too much on the channel, not as much as when I didn't have a job, but we
Mm.
have done a few bits and pieces. So if we start with, when did we last stream? It was like New Year's Eve or something, wasn't it?
Mm.
You and I
Yeah,
together.
let me
I think it was New
scroll
Year's Eve.
back.
So the last time you had an update from us.
30th of December.
Okay, 30th. So since then, on the channel front, we've only had
Mm.
a small number of videos, but they included Mark's retro gaming pickup video, a Lego City Undercover stream from Mark, a couple of Forza Horizon
Yep.
streams from me, and then a Gembox Android uh, hardware review, Atlas Reactor video, which was quite fun to make, a
Hmm.
Nintendo Switch video I spent a bit of time making. You
Yeah.
did a Resi 7 stream, VR and non-VR,
Yes,
and
indeed.
then the last thing
Yeah.
we did was a Moto Racer 4 video, and that was earlier in the
Yeah,
week.
and there's actually 16 videos. That surprised me. Altogether, it's worked out 16 videos,
So
including
loud.
streams. What's that?
So
What was that?
loud. The new subscriber,
What, me?
Misty, no, Misty, thinks he's
Oh,
being funny. Uh,
I don't get that.
fuck,
You're only scaring Jamie.
that was so loud. I'm going to turn the
Yeah,
volume
so
down on that.
16 videos. I think that's surprising. I thought it was less than that, if I'm honest. But there's a fair amount of streams in there, which is fine. It's all good, and hopefully that's covered it. Yeah, I did my pickups, which was nice. I picked up loads of stuff um, at the tail end of last year, including a GX 4000, a Mega Drive, a SNES, bunch of games, etc., etc.
Mm,
I did do part one, like you said, of Lego City Undercover. I kind of feel like I'd like to keep playing that.
yeah.
But Resi came out and it was like I've got to play Resi. So um, yeah, I need to play some more Resi. It's brilliant. I haven't actually played it since that stream, which is really aggravating. But I just haven't had the time at all. So yeah. And in terms of the uh, the Nintendo Switch video, did that went a bit balmy, didn't it?
Yeah, it's it's a weird one. The Nintendo Switch video. It's received a lot of good and a lot of bad. Hang on, I'm just
Mm.
fiddling with an option. Yeah, it's not working for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, a lot of good and a lot of bad. I did get some hate. I got told to go and kill myself by some Nintendo fanboys, which was nice. But it's received a lot
It
of
wasn't me.
positivity. No, uh, which is surprising. Um, it has received a lot of positivity, that video, but yeah, the fanboys kicking in. It got a number of thumbs downs within about 30 seconds of me releasing the video, showing that the
Mm.
fanboys are strong because they just saw the title and gave it a thumbs down. It's always risky doing a thing against a game company. It wasn't even against, I was just
Yeah.
laying down facts. I even said in the video I am going to buy it, but the thing is,
Yeah.
we'll talk about that further on
Yeah.
in this live stream. But yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, the hate that I got on that video. But you know, take it on the chin and move on, I suppose.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, not much you can do really. You just kind of just got to keep. But the good thing is the thumbs ups were a lot more than the thumbs downs.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah,
they
yeah.
are now at this stage. So
It's like
that's a positive.
88.
48 comments. It's obviously drawing. It's drawing opinion, which is great. That's why you make videos like that. Do you know
Hmm.
what I
Yeah,
mean? I
exactly.
have been working on a video about the Nintendo Switch, which is if I can finish it today, I'll be very happy. Laying down audio for it last night, I sounded so bunged up. I sounded awful, so I just stopped. I was like, I'll finish off everything else apart from my bit of audio. Bloody cold hit me the past 2 days. So yeah, I'm gonna spray some stuff up my nose, get myself talking normally, and then I'm gonna finish the audio on that and hopefully release tomorrow or the day after. That's how it's looking right now.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, it is a Nintendo Switch video, but it's a combination of me and Jamie in that one, and I hope it's going to be a blinder. Actually, I really like it, and I've shown it bits of it to my family in house, and they're very impressed with what I've done so far, and I think we've got some good opinions in that.
Oh yeah,
So
as
yeah,
I recorded my stuff for that ages ago, and I've forgotten what I said now. So it'll be like a brand new thing for me
yeah,
when it finally comes out. So yeah, that's going to happen. We've got a number of other videos coming out, including a hardware review and overview of this little puppy that I got this week, which is the GPD XD, I think it's called,
nice.
an emulation device of superb power. Like, this thing is amazing. I've just been sat on this for the last 24 hours. It's amazing. And something that I've got over there, which is another Android box. It's called the Eagle box, and I shall be doing a video on that as well. I can't hear Mark at all. Mark's muted himself.
That GPD looks awesome.
There
Sorry,
he is.
I muted myself while you're talking. Trying to make a point of doing that so you don't hear my feedback. That's trying to be professional.
Crap, worked out completely the opposite. So we've got a few normal, like, expected videos to come up. So that's 3 we've mentioned. I'm going to be trying to stream, but at the moment, because I'm so new to the whole working routine again, I get home and I'm just battered. I've had the flu this month, which wiped me out completely. And a couple of family emergencies have meant that I haven't been able to do anything, including a major flood in the apartment downstairs, directly downstairs from me, which still isn't resolved. But yeah, I've had a hell of a lot of stuff going on. So that's it from my side, I think. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, the only new thing for me gaming wise is Resi 7, obviously. My week has been fun packed with work, family, and then a little bit of gaming midweek, which I was very happy to squeeze in, and the editing of this video. So I've pumped quite a few hours into the editing of this video, and I'm hoping to use it as a template because there's bits of it which will be the same for every one of these type of videos. So that will save me time and effort in the future. That is my plan. I want to save as much time as possible. Yes, indeed.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's about it from us in terms of an update on what's going on the channel, because we'll just leave it till, to see what actually happens on the channel. And if we move on to gaming news, there's a little bit of stuff I want to discuss. For example,
should we catch up on the chat really quickly before
yeah, crack
we
on.
do, or do you
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. I just sort of, where did we get to? We were kind of everyone's saying it was working. What is going on? Gemma said it didn't give her a notification. No idea why that is, because I got one on my phone. Have you checked the bell? The bell.
Always press the bell.
Panzanate said the same thing. Press the Game Shed bell. Ravito is in.
Hello, Rav.
Gingerbread Legs is here. Woody's Geek Channel says he's new. Hello, Woody. How you doing? Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to give Jamie the fright of his life.
Yep, I'll move that.
Misty says drama alert. No, shed alert. No, shed alert. We're not having alert anywhere near our channel.
That's it. No alert, nothing.
No, exactly. Misty said he did it on purpose.
That's nice.
Presuming that was the subscription.
Yep.
To shit Jamie up. Gingerbread Legs says we need a part 2 of the Lego stream. I will do that. I would like to do a part 2 of Resi and Lego. I do love that game. I know it's not one for Jamie. But people do enjoy it as well. It's not just me. I feel like sometimes I'm on my own with these things around here. So the more feedback you give me, the better on that sort of thing. BBGN says he's undecided on Resi 7. We will come on to that because we've got a bit of what are we playing.
Yep.
Chris has shanked is in, says sorry he's late. That's fine, mate. Don't worry. He says 21 watching, 5 likes. Smash that like button, chaps. Yes, please. Like, spike the shit out of it, please. And that gets us pretty much up to date. So,
okie dokie. So
GTR's in. Sorry, that's the final thing.
On to gaming news. It's been quite a big month for news. There's only a couple of things I want to really mention, and the first of that would be the announcement by Codemasters of Micro Machines World Series. That came like a shot out of the blue. Whoop. It just sideswiped me, and I was ill at the time, and I think they announced it a week ago last Thursday, and I was just checking the Twitter feed, and that bit of news came up and completely sideswiped me. I hadn't expected that franchise. I know there's a Samsung Galaxy Gear VR version, but it's a bit pony, and there's a mobile version, and that's a bit pony. I never thought I'd see it again on console, and to suddenly have that announced. So we started tweeting out about it. and Codemasters started playing along and retweeting us and answering questions we had on it, and they confirmed some very juicy bits of information. For example, the game is getting a physical and digital release, which made me super happy. There is likely to be more than one
Shit.
different boxed version of that game, so a limited collector's edition potentially. There is online for up to 12 players, and they've got a Hasbro license as well, meaning things like Hungry Hungry Hippos stages by the looks of things, and G.I. Joe or something, I can't remember, but it
That's
looks
awesome. That is awesome.
mental. So yeah, that got me super hyped last week. Um,
Yeah, indeed.
then
I honestly can't wait for that.
it's going to be amazing. It's for me, it's one of the most exciting games to be announced this year, or to be coming out this year. I think that comes out in June. Another,
And the fact that it's coming on all consoles, sorry,
yeah,
is a big deal.
well,
It's
not
they're
all.
getting it out there on every platform, pretty
No,
much.
no, they haven't announced it
Not
for
the Wii
Switch.
U.
No, not for Switch. They haven't
Oh, they
announced.
haven't done that yet,
No,
have they? No.
which I will talk about in the
Oh,
Switch part,
no.
which is really bad actually because
Yeah.
Switch has Codemasters on board, which is surprising that it's not been announced
Mm.
on that. But another bit of news out of the Codemasters camp is Dirt 4. That was announced this week, and that again, Sideswipe. I mean, it looks like a blend between Dirt 3 and Dirt Rally, so semi-arcadey, we're hoping,
Mm.
semi-sim, but that has taken the racing community by storm. Everyone's super hyped for that. I am especially. There you go. Tom
Thank
says
you,
in the
Tom.
chat, Dirt hype. So that's going to be awesome. Then late last night, the community manager at EA tweeted a little hashtag. Nothing else. Just said hashtag
Oh,
Skate4. So it seems,
no.
yeah,
I
like
missed that.
Skate4 is coming out this year. That was all that was said. But if the community manager hashtags that, I'm expecting that to be a thing
It's a
in
big deal.
this
That is a
year.
big deal.
Yes. Additionally, one more thing of note from my angle of gaming news is the fact that there's a wave 2 of pop vinyl figures for Overwatch.
Mm.
There's new Overwatch pops coming out, which are
Oh,
May, McCree, Lucio, Symmetra, Reinhardt, a 6-inch figure, and a Diva with mech, big toy of that as well. So that's amazing and going to cost me a small fortune because I've already got most of the Overwatch ones. So yeah, that's quite good.
to be honest, from my side, I mean, the main thing was Micro Machines. That is just such a great announcement, and the fact that um, I'll touch on the Switch slightly is the fact that they are in that list of Switch third parties. So I don't know whether they're just holding fire to see how the launch goes or something like that, but we'll come on to
Whatever it
that.
is,
But
it's
it's
very
brilliant
weird.
news. I mean, it's fantastic. I really don't care. We
Yeah,
can play it on anything else for the channel, and that's going to be awesome.
yep.
We
I
might have
cannot
to
wait.
rope in player 3 and player 4 at some point. I don't know who, but
Player
we'll
5,
figure
6,
that out.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 as well.
12 on one track. What?
12
Oh
player
my god.
online. 12
All
player
right,
online.
we'll have to find 10 other people. I don't think we know 10 other people.
Squad up. Squad up. That's it, man. Yeah, so that's quite exciting. Any other bits of news that you've read or anything that's taken your fancy?
I was watching a comedy video about, I don't know how it popped up on my feed actually, about Ashley Judd. I don't know whether you've seen that. She did a TED Talks and was just coating the tech industry for being too male dominated, and
Mm.
the games industry for um, terrible games that where you can kill and maim women for sport. It was mental. Just been watching a few reactions on that, so that's really interesting because there's about 10, there's the video of her, and then there's about 10 other videos, all men, just reacting to it and giving their opinion on it. There's a couple of good ones that actually put points across well, but it's, oh my god, it was unbelievable. So if anyone gets a chance or anyone hasn't seen that already, just it's worth checking out. But gaming wise, No, not really, not massively. I mean, I'm kind of just everything I read is about the Switch at the moment. It's mental.
Yes, yes, yes.
News after news after
Which is
news.
why
It's
we've got a
ridiculous.
whole
So
topic dedicated to it coming up, I
yeah,
think.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean,
yeah. So there's a whole bunch of games coming out in March, but
mm,
not. I mean, February. I haven't looked into it in January. It's not been a huge amount.
mm.
So
Yeah, it's been quite a quiet month for game releases, really. I've bought nothing at all. That's mainly down
mm,
to my purchasing power at the moment being also nothing. But
mm.
nothing's really. If I'd have been paid at some point between last March and now, I might have purchased Resi 7 potentially. Aside from that, I don't think there's too many other games I would
Mm.
have bought. Maybe Dead Rising 4, but that came out before Christmas, so yeah.
I think the problem is if people have watched videos of Resi 7, it's going to ruin it for them for playing it.
Mm,
And that's why I've made a point of not watching any of these live streams outside of playing because I don't want to ruin it for when I do the live stream to the gang out there. Do you know what I mean? Because
mm.
otherwise my reactions are going to be totally fake. There's loads to come. I know there is because people have tried to tell me and I've told them to shut up. Um, so yeah, that's for people out there who aren't sure of Resi 7. It's worth watching the beginning on a stream, but don't watch the whole thing unless it's me doing it. Yeah,
Ah,
it looks like Chris Shanks said done exactly the same, Mark. So you try not to watch it. That's why you weren't on my stream.
yeah, good stuff, good stuff. So, I think that's about it with the gaming news. I think maybe we should delve into the topic at hand that you can probably speak the most about of any topic ever, uh, which is the Nintendo Switch.
Oh God, I have honestly never seen such a roller coaster this close to launch that has kind of gripped me when it comes to news. It's unbelievable how much has been drip fed out. They haven't just gone, this is it, this is what's happening, expect this, expect that. It's like, no, this is a little piece of what's happening, and we're going to announce it to you. And then over the next 3, 4 weeks, we're just going to drip feed you information so you hate us more and more and more. Nintendo are creating this atmosphere of hate and negativity. Every video I see online at the moment towards the Switch is pretty negative.
Mm,
There's a couple of positive ones I've seen, which I have watched just to kind of get the other angle of it, and it's very there's a fair amount of Nintendo fanboyism, which is fine. That's just expected because there's a lot of Nintendo fanboys, but and me being included in that. But at the same time, some of the positives are actually genuinely positives. You start looking at um, how many they're saying they're going to release for the launch month is 2 million, which is actually the same amount of consoles that uh, Xbox and PlayStation put out. So it's quite interesting. It's the fact that they are pushing it that much. I think the Wii U only sold something like what was it, 600,000 or something in the first month. So there's a big difference. They're going for a much bigger sales volume, and the fact that we're seeing them all sold out is really interesting as well. Because if you look on all the sites, there's no pre-orders available.
yeah, but
Nintendo there's no pre-orders.
I I suspect very highly of Nintendo pulling shenanigans on that one again, and that will be the same with any
Mm,
single hardware or merch release that Nintendo do. They
mm,
hold stock back in their factory to create this consumer demand, this false hype, and that's exactly what's going to happen with this. I guarantee they've given, I don't know, GameStop and whoever else minuscule, absolutely minuscule stock
yeah,
to create this false
yeah,
demand. They will. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed to happen. And then they'll sit on that stock for another 2 months, and then they'll dribble out. They'll just absolutely dribble out a minuscule proportion of stock to create more false hype. It really, really upsets me. If
yeah,
they just pushed out the 2 million, guaranteed, if that was the number that you're saying is right, it wouldn't sell out. It would not sell out. It's
Mm.
complete crap. They're not gonna.
Yeah.
If you check their week one sales figures, I guarantee you it's not 2 million. Or their month one, it will not be 2 million. Yet here we are. Every site is sold out. It's guaranteed. Mark
Yeah.
my words. Come um, end of April when if they release their sales figures, it does not say 2 million.
Yeah, I can't wait to see those sales figures. Going to be really interesting
Mm,
because that'll pretty clearly, because the fact that they've actually come out and said we're doing 2 million for launch,
mm,
it says a lot, because then when we see their sales figures, we can go, wait a second, you've only sold 1 million. So it will be interesting. But then I can see that to an extent,
mm,
but I don't know why they would hold back on that stock if they're going to make all that money that quickly,
mm.
if it can sell out that quickly. So I'd be very, very intrigued to see what they do sell. I mean, as a console, a home console, it's very intriguing. I think it's not going to be to the standard of the other big names. It's not going to be, when it comes to spec, it's never going to get up there. But I don't. The standard Nintendo thing is they say, oh, it's not about spec, it's about the games. So the problem with that statement is, which is from Reggie, is the fact that they're hardly releasing any games in the next few months.
That's it.
There's a very, very small amount of good games coming out in
Their
the first
their
few months.
argument
So
then would be it's quality, not quantity. But even based on that, the quality isn't there either. There's no quantity and there's
uh,
no quality.
yeah, exactly. And so they've made so many mistakes already. It's amazing. And I think, all right, the other companies have done similar things. They've done similar things at launch. They've had very small numbers of exclusive titles, all this kind of stuff. But the third-party titles have held them up. So
Mm.
Xbox's third-party titles were fantastic, and that made the launch a lot easier for them.
Well,
Nintendo, on the other hand, are releasing things like Rayman Legends, and
mm,
which is a 3-year-old game.
here's something else as well to
They're
think
coming out
about
with,
while you're talking
yeah.
on this kind of plane. All right, with the current gen console releases, okay, there might not have been big launch party titles. However, the lifespan of a current gen is eight, six,
Yeah.
6 to 10 years roughly, right? Now that
Mhm.
the further along that lifespan you get, more developers are going to be learning how to use that stuff and pumping their everything into that. The games are going to get better and better and better. However, the Switch, people know how to create stuff for that because it's underpowered as it is. So the fact that we're not getting these big announcements right now, and the fact that the whole year is lined up as basically being not even current gen but prior gen reboots and stuff, it's not very,
Yeah.
it's just not very good really.
No. I mean, the other consoles have got that 3 to 3.5 year edge, or whatever it ends up being, since they're, no, it's not even that. It's like 3 years, the edge on them. And that's clear when you look at the number of titles on those consoles. So there's no way this is ever going to. We shouldn't even be comparing it. Do you know what I mean? But
Mm,
everyone's going to, because it's in the same generation.
hmm
Um, but then was the Wii U not within this generation, because it came out pretty much just before those other consoles? You know what I mean? Nintendo are just off doing their own thing. There's no such thing as generations with them these days.
mm.
They've got their generations. This might be their eighth, ninth, whatever it ends up being generation. But compared to everyone else is putting out a good console. They're building on that. They're putting out a lot of third-party titles, and a lot of good first-party titles. But then it's building on that
Mm.
and making the
But
hardware slightly
I think
better each time.
coming back to what we were discussing earlier about micro machines, it doesn't really provide much confidence in the system when a company such as Codemasters, who they've announced are doing stuff for the Switch because it's on the developer page, um, when they announce a brand new game in that window of hype for the Nintendo Switch launch, and they say that it's coming out
Mm,
on everything other than the Switch, that doesn't inspire much confidence. And when you've got EA saying, "Yeah, Steep's coming out," and then their question saying, "Hang on, why are you developing stuff like Division or Deus Ex?" and they won't talk about it. They just say, "Well, let's concentrate on Steep." Uh, it's when these developers are all kind of
yeah.
going, "Oh, uh, mm, Yeah, maybe they're under some non-disclosure agreement, but someone give us something, you know.
Mm.
Bethesda, Doom, any hints at a Doom, or anyone give us some kind of
Yeah.
confidence other than, yeah, what we are doing is releasing a game from 2012. Yeah, no.
I mean, Nathan says in the chat, what's the power difference between the Switch and the Wii U? The thing with the Switch and the Wii U is they're totally different architecture. I think that's what it comes down to. They've built the Switch with an architecture that the developers can jump on, and I think the developers are only really not going mental about it because they're waiting to see what the hell happens.
Mm,
The Wii U was such a disaster in terms of third party that they're going, well, why should we go crazy on this if we don't even know how it's going to fall? It's kind of a double-edged sword because if those third parties had gone mental, and I know what you're saying about the non-disclosure. Hopefully that's not the case, or hopefully that is the case.
hopefully that is the
Actually, now
case.
I say that
Mm,
because yeah, you want these developers to be coming out saying yes, of course, Micro Machines coming to the Switch. We've got to deal with them. Look at us, we're on their third-party page. It'd be mental not to. So that's a great thought actually that could be the reason that they're waiting till they've done their release launch, and then all these developers can come out and say, yeah, we're bringing out Micro Machines in 3 months or whatever.
mm,
It would be awesome. But
yeah.
comparing the Wii U and the Switch is going to be a very difficult thing to do. So,
Yeah, the whole thing
but they,
is,
like you say, they're bringing out a lot of the same games.
yeah, it's nothing appealing. There's one thing per quarter that's appealing. It's not even per month. It's
Yeah.
like they've said, yeah, we're going to be releasing one major title per month. It's when you say major, what you mean is shit title that you can stamp your name on per month.
Yeah.
It's it's not appealing. It genuinely isn't appealing. The games list this year. There's I want to play Zelda because I'm a massive Zelda fan, all right? But Zelda isn't for everyone. So what
Mm.
are you left with in month one? Just fucking dance? No. 1-2 Switch. Okay, fun for a little
No.
bit. If you're on your own, is that
Yeah.
really that fun? No. What else is month one? Nothing really. Let's be honest about Bomberman. Sorry,
No.
Bomberman. Brilliant. 50 quid. Not so
Oh man.
brilliant.
Yeah. No.
I've got on this thing. I've got about 17 different versions of Bomberman. Um, so, do you know what I mean? How's it going to be revolutionary? I don't know. Month number two, fuck knows. You know, you have to wait until. What do you have to wait? Splatoon, maybe, if you're a Splatoon fan. Although,
Mm.
if you didn't get the Wii U, potentially you're not going to be into that franchise, and that isn't an exciting prospect. If you didn't get the Wii U,
That
then
game's very niche still.
yeah, exactly. Then if you didn't get the Wii U, then maybe Mario Kart 8 is going to be exciting for you. But those who did get the Wii U, that's not exciting for you. Then you have to wait until Mario Odyssey, which comes out sometime in fuck knows in fall, in autumn. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a bit crazy.
Holiday. Yeah.
Hot,
It's
hot,
it's
yeah.
it's stupid, isn't it?
Mm,
Yeah. The cost of the games is ridiculous. I don't know what they think they're doing. I think that's the side of things that where it really starts to get a bit shady. The cost of the controllers, the cost of the games, the cost of any accessories is all through the roof. There's not a single thing where you go, actually, that's fairly priced. I haven't done that. I've noticed that 1-2 Switch is going for 35 quid in a lot of places, or 30 quid. But then that's a game that should have been bundled with it. That
yep.
aggravates me no end. I
Mm,
cannot believe that they're putting a console out without a game bundled. Look at the Wii. Look how well Wii Sports did. That's amazing. That game sold the console.
mm,
Because when people started seeing Wii bowling and Wii whatever in people's houses, they're just going by a Wii, and you get
yeah.
it with it. So that was selling consoles left, right, and centre. Um,
I just
the Wii
realised.
U, there was
Sorry,
what's
I've
that?
messed up some footage. I was meant to be showing some footage of bits and pieces, but as you can see,
Oh.
I've screwed it up. Never mind. So I'll just delete that. Yes. Anyway,
So Chris says no, now, Mark, that's just not true. What's not true, Chris? I've said quite a few things just now. Bomberman pre-orders are like 36 at the moment. If it's 36 quid, I'll probably buy it actually. I am no way on earth gonna pay 50 quid for it at this point,
mm,
or even 60 quid in some places. It's just stupid. Um, can't wait for Mario again. Not till holiday, so that's Christmas time, right?
yeah, I
I, I,
think
I don't
so.
know what the hell that's all about.
Mm,
And then you've got all the nonsense around the online play. I don't know whether we've talked about that a little bit before, but that just gets worse.
it's madness.
I'm pretty sure we covered that last time, but yeah, that's madness. I'm just trying to think of what things have come out since. So in the
The
past 2 weeks, we've had
the
all
one,
the spec come out on the website, haven't we?
oh yes, all the spec, but the ROM they lend you for 30 days and then snatch it back
Yeah.
off you is complete dog shit. Um, but
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I should be excited for it because it's a brand new console and I love my portable consoles. And as you know, I go away for my work. I travel for my work, and I'm genuinely not
Yeah.
excited for this one. I'm not excited. I will be getting one sometime in the future, hopefully, but I'm not queuing up for day one. I'm not at all fussed by it. It's not revolutionary. It's not.
Yeah.
It doesn't appeal to me at all. So I can't be arsed with it.
I heard an interesting one on a video someone put out. I can't remember who it was. One of the bigger gaming channels, and they said, "Would I be buying this if it wasn't for this channel?" And that's a really good point. I think there's a lot of YouTubers out there that want to buy it to cover it.
Hmm.
I don't. I feel a bit like that actually. There's a part of me that feels like if it wasn't for this, I may think about delaying it until I don't know a few months. Buy Breath of the Wild for my Wii U, and then cover it later. But at the same time, I do want it, and I would like to try it. Things like 1-2 Switch is a gimmicky game, but once again, if it is what it, I don't know, they haven't put out every single mini game, and you haven't seen everything from that game so far. So it's really interesting. It'd be interesting to see what else is on there. But at the same time, I don't want to pay 30 quid for a bunch of mini games or
Hmm.
40 quid or whatever it ends up being.
Hmm.
So it's a difficult one. I don't know. There's a lot of people out there who have YouTube channels. They're buying it to cover it, to get the views and whatever else. I don't really feel 100% like that. There is a
Hmm.
piece of me, if I'm being completely honest, that is that.
Well, you have to
But at the
remember
same
as well,
time,
these
it's an interest.
YouTubers, you're not going to be able to put out footage. Well, you are, but Nintendo are going to steal that footage
Mm,
from you and claim it.
yeah,
So, yeah, great. It's an HDMI thing. It's going to output in 1080. When you've got it docked, you're going to be able to do Let's Plays and whatnot. Not natively, you're not going to be able to. You're going to need a capture card. But, you know, once all that is in place and you start doing streams and you start doing videos of gameplay of the system, suddenly Nintendo are like, yep, time to cash in and claim that money. All that work you put in, go fuck yourself. So that's
yeah,
going to stop people after the initial run of actually making videos for it. Therefore, you know, just stinging Nintendo again. So, and they're not going to change their stance on that at all, are they? That's something inherent in their DNA to make money any way they can. That's very
oh,
loud.
someone just subscribed.
Yep. Uh, Two fat bastards. Wow.
Oh, Chris, Chris,
Chris.
Chris, Chris. Um, so yeah, it's quite an interesting train of thought. There's a lot of people
That's the
that
loudest thing
will buy
ever.
it just to cover it, and whether that's an unboxing, is it still going?
No, it was Laser Fox. Thank you very much for the sub. Yeah, go on, as you were, Mark.
Oh, okay. Nathan said on the chat, Mario sells consoles. The strategy may work because one, they've already sold out pre-orders. That's if they actually have sold out pre-orders. So
Hmm.
we'll see on that one. Two, when they need to convince people to buy it, is this holiday, and Mario will be out by then with bundles. It's a good shout. There is a certain amount of that drip feeding to sell it over the course of the year. But if that Mario game's ready, then I mean, fuck that. Really and truly, just release it. Do you know what I mean? Even if it's like 2 months after the release, don't do it like 6 to 8 months afterwards. It just you're gonna
Icon
have to mute that.
76. I can't mute it now. It's all embedded. I can't do anything right now. But never mind. Um, yeah.
All right, so there was a couple of things that came out on that spec that was quite
Yeah.
interesting. The only things really were around being able to use full-on SDXC cards. That's
Hmm.
good. That
Yep,
means you
that
can
is
get
good.
a lot of capacity in there. There was a bit around the fact that the headphone jack actually has microphone port. It's a microphone and headphone
Hmm.
combi jack, rather than just being a headphone port. So
That's good.
they've mentioned on that site about voice chat. So hopefully, further down the line, I don't know whether it will be on
Hmm.
launch with that online bullshit that's going on, but that will mean we'll have some kind of in-game
Yeah,
chat
yeah.
rather than just via the phone app.
A phone call. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, there's yeah phone call. Yeah, just make a call. It's free on WhatsApp. Um, but there, out of that spec, they haven't. They've said how big the battery is,
Hmm.
which is we all know how long the battery is due to last, so that's fine. They've said about the weight of it. I mean, really and truly, it's quite skinny, so it's not going to be that heavy. But at the same time, it's quite big. So you can't just put it in your pocket. The only other thing was the fact that it's 60 frames per second, but I think most people knew that. They didn't put out what the GPU is, what the CPU is. They've just said NVIDIA custom chip. So
That could
they're
mean
still
anything. That
teasing
could
us.
mean anything at all. It's complete bollocks. Yeah. Chat via Royal Mail says Pixel Enemy. Brilliant. Uh, yeah, it's a peculiar one. They
Here's a quick
certainly,
one.
yeah.
Sorry, I just cut you off. Go on.
No, no, go on.
I think we've got a little bit of a delay between us, so that's causing a little bit of cut off. Um, I'm just intrigued in the chat. Just tell us if you pre-ordered or not. I just want to kind of get a gauge. So
Hmm.
while Jamie
On my
continues,
on my
let us know in the
video,
chat. Pre-order or no pre-order?
my the Great Nintendo Switch Nope video, I there is a poll on there. Have you pre-ordered? Um, have you not pre-ordered? Do you plan on buying it? And I think the pre-orders. Thank you very much, Metro Racer, for your donation. That scared the living shit out of me. The lowest number of votes is on I have pre-ordered, and that video has been watched around 1,000 times. I don't know what the latest figure is, but yeah, the lowest percentage it was down at I don't know 10% of viewers who had voted had actually pre-ordered one. So it's a peculiar one. It's a very, very peculiar console launch. I've always said this. I've always maintained, and I always will, that Nintendo need to completely diversify their marketing. They're completely shit at it. They have no concept of what works and what doesn't work, and it's complete bullshit. So yeah, I just don't understand what they're up to. I never have over the last 10 years, and I don't think I will begin to understand them during this Switch launch, to be completely honest.
No, it's a mystery. I don't know who the hell is running their marketing department, but it's bad.
Mm.
So looking at your comments, we've got no pre-order, no pre-order. Don't want one from Metro. No pre-order, Tom. Not pre-ordered, Icon. Not a fan of Wii anymore, Gemma. BBGN has pre-ordered. It doesn't look like Nathan has. I don't think Chris has either. I think that was, as he said above. No, not pre-ordered. We'll wait and see. So that's the vast majority. We've got 1 out of about 10 of you has
Mm.
pre-ordered. If you include me in that, I've pre-ordered it. That's 2 out of 10. It's not very indicative of what is actually going on,
It's a
considering they're all sold out.
as I said,
Interesting.
drip feeding these 2 million units. They haven't divvied up the 2 million. They're sitting in a warehouse somewhere, guaranteed. It's guaranteed. Um, yeah. Anything else to say about the Switch? Otherwise, we can bugger off this topic because I mean we've talked about it to death. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty comfortable with the fact that we've covered a lot of it.
Mm.
Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's putting videos up about it. I don't want to delve too far down that path. I mean, we've got a couple lined up,
Yep, we got
but
some more
they're
content.
our opinions and our thoughts on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we've gone into the detail. There's a few things that Nintendo still haven't told us.
Mm.
There's a lot of developers still haven't confirmed games. I think there's still a lot to come on this subject. So 2 weeks in, after the show they put on, the weird show they put on, 2 weeks in and we still don't know everything. So let's wait and see on that front.
Okie dokie. Well, moving on then to what we're currently playing. Now, this is an interesting one. I've found myself with a hell of a lot less time to play games because of my job now, and where I've had the flu, and where I've been just too tired to play anything. I thought I hadn't played anything over the last month or so, but having looked at my Steam recently played thing, suddenly I realised I have actually played quite a lot of games. You've probably played a hell of a lot less than me, Mark, so I'll let you cover this topic first.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the standard stuff always goes on in the background, the standard bullshit. I am. I hate to say this because you're going to look at me and laugh, but Pokemon Go is a massive pain in the arse at the moment. For anyone that's been playing it over the past few months, it's gone through such massive peaks and troughs, right? So I don't know. On the chat, tell me if you have, is anyone still playing Pokemon Go? Is it just me and my family? That's what I want to know. Now, the problem is these peaks and troughs are so vastly different that you end up in this mode of why the fuck am I still playing this? And then the next minute you're going, this is brilliant, and you're talking about it with whoever you play it with. And then the next minute you're going, why the fuck am I playing this? It's aggravating, to say the least. I'm happy just plodding along with it to an extent. And I know everyone rolls their eyes, but it's just one of those things that we're doing. Misty says, never played Pokemon Go. Seems like a way for the NSA to spy on you. Like they're not doing that anyway by tracking GPS.
So far,
Metro says no one
100%.
plays anymore.
100% of people responding to your question have said no, Mark. Doesn't that tell you that A, stop talking
Pokemon
about
no.
it, just keep it a secret, and B, then if you can't do that, just stop playing it altogether, please, for the love of God.
Listen, you know me, right? I am not shy about the bullshit that goes on with me. I don't mind telling people if I'm playing a shit game or I'm rubbish at a game, or whatever. That is something that is just me. But at the same time, it's getting a bit like that. The secret Pokemon players are lingering around. I reckon there's people in the chat who are secretly playing it and just lying.
Bollocks. 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 Absolute dog shit.
But anyway, I suppose the actual games I've been playing, aside from that, is Lego City Undercover. Got back into on the stream. I think I played a couple of hours of that on that stream, and that was really good. I really enjoyed that. It was great. I will continue playing that at some point. I've got the Wii U all set up to stream all nicely. Actually, on that front, people that haven't pre-ordered Switches, are you going to buy a Wii U when it goes down in price? Hopefully, we'll do after the Switch comes out. And the other game I've been playing is obviously Resi 7.
Hang on. I've just
I
lost
said,
all my
I
windows.
haven't.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry,
Back.
go on.
Yeah, go on. I just lost all of my windows on my computer. They're back now.
Nathan says, "Play what you want. Have they made significant updates to it?" I presume he's talking about Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
They've done a lot. They have done a lot, but they still haven't done the things that they had initially promised. So that's where the community, which as much as within our community, there's fuck all people to play it. There is still a massive community out there. I'm shocked every time I see it. And if you look on Reddit and you look on Facebook and you look on all these other places, there's still many people playing it. So it is really surprising. Anyway, Resi 7, I'll just talk about that briefly. I was loving it during the stream, and to be honest, it is a hell of a good game in VR. They have absolutely nailed it, in my opinion. There's a lot of people that get motion sickness and whatever. I honestly only got that once during that gameplay, and I don't know whether it's I've got a stomach of steel or something like that, but during however long I played it, I think I played it in VR mode for about an hour, which is long enough, in my opinion. There was only one moment when I looked down at my feet and then looked back up too quickly. That was the only moment that I got that motion sickness. But outside of that, man, it's such an amazing experience. I was absolutely shitting myself during that. And it's so immersive, and having a decent pair of headphones makes a big difference to that, because being able to hear your footsteps, the creaking floorboards, everything else that's going on, and then when suddenly that fucking woman is in front of you and whoever else in the game that just wants to kill you, that is scary as shit in VR. But coming out of VR and then playing it non-VR, still a beautiful looking game. It's a really immersive game still, and it's been made brilliantly. So I'm very impressed with it. I can sing its praises a lot, and I've only, like I say, I've only played a couple of hours of it, and so it's going to be interesting to progress on and see what else we find. But VR, for me, it's the best VR game I've played.
Okay, okay. That's all you've been playing then, is that right?
Pretty much.
Okay.
To be honest, I've been editing this video. I've been doing a few other bits, and work's been crazy. So yeah,
Okay.
that's me so far. I will get on to another Resi gameplay this week, and another Lego City if I can squeeze it in.
Okay. I've been playing a hell of a lot more than I thought, as I said. I've made a little list here, and the first thing and the most recent thing I've played is a game called Use Your Words. Now, Use Your Words is coming out to current generation consoles and to Steam very shortly, I think. Last time I played it was earlier this week, and it is a quiz game. All right, it's just a quiz game. But here's the kicker: each player, and I think you can play with up to 6 people, uses their mobile phone as a controller. And it's kind of like the TV show Whose Line Is It Anyway? And they give you an old kind of Japanese kung fu movie, and the protagonist says something, and you've got to say the next word. Then you type in the phrase, and then it comes up subtitled or whatever in one of the rounds. And then at the end of the round, whoever's is funniest, you vote for. So it's kind of like an interactive game for everybody to play who has a mobile phone on them. They can all join in, and there are streaming possibilities for that. And you can, let do a live let's play and have everyone jumping on board in the community and joining in. That's a really cool concept, a kind of new concept that I really
On that
enjoyed.
one,
Mm,
I actually a while ago watched someone live streaming that,
mm,
and I'm pretty sure it's the same one where people had signed up online
yep.
and they were voting on the best answers for something. I can't remember who it was, but it's brilliant,
Yeah.
and I think it's something that we could probably jump on,
Oh, 100%. It's
for
it's
sure.
really fun.
Yeah,
It's like
I love to grab
instantly
that one.
accessible for everyone. It's just really good, simple, clean fun. Really enjoyed that. Um, I made a video of, and I haven't released it because I'm not actually very happy with the video. I think I might have even deleted it off the channel draft. I don't know, but Wonder Boy Returns, the late 2016 repolish of the original arcade Wonder Boy.
Yes, deleted.
I've deleted it, right? Yeah, I wasn't happy with my video. I just did a kind of let's play through that. I really not enjoying it. I'm a big Wonder Boy fan. I played the PC Engine version today, for example, and I loved it. However, the people who've made this port haven't done a great job. It's not the same people who are doing the Wonder Boy port for the Nintendo Switch, however, so that leaves me a little bit more excited. But yeah, this Wonder Boy Returns is just not very good. Um, I've
I
been.
actually watched your video
Oh yeah.
because I can watch it privately, and I could kind of tell you weren't too happy with it, and it
Mm.
seemed like very much like a mobile game.
Yeah,
That's the
it
impression
does.
I got
It
in the
does.
layout of it.
Yeah, it's not good. It's they've tried to make it too cute, and it's horrible. It's horrific. It's too spongy. The sound effects are nasty. It's just a disgusting game. So I've now unlocked the classic Wonder Boy mode, which is all pixelated, which might add an edge to it. It might make it a bit better. I don't know. So I will revisit that at some point. Um, so another game I've been playing is a game called Stellar Overload, which is kind of a Minecraft-esque story-based voxel game based on different planets, and you have to explore different planets, and that is really good. Now I've actually done 2 recordings of my first impressions of that, which doesn't really make sense. But each time something went wrong with my recording, I'm really enjoying that game. One time the my audio went wrong, and another time the gameplay um, didn't record. So I need to revisit that. But that's a really good game. Check it out on Steam, guys. It's called Stellar Overload. Another game was Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, because Sniper Ghost Warrior 3 is coming out soon, and I kind of owed it to myself to try one in the franchise. It's quite enjoyable. Didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed the Sniper Elite series, although Sniper Elite 3 wasn't very good. Zombie Army Trilogy was one of the best sniper games I've ever played. Sniper Elite
Brilliant.
V2 was also amazing. Um, and a game that I've been playing quite a lot of, which has just been released into early access, which you've got a code for, which we were meant to play, Mark, which you haven't had time, is a game called Crash Force, which I believe Tom in the chat room has said is the baby of Twisted Metal and Wipeout. It's a battle arena
Oh,
anti grav kind of game, and I've been chatting to the developer, and the developers asked if we'll stream it, and he said, potentially we could get a big stream going with the development team and stuff like that. But it's a really interesting concept. So kind of like
oh,
a Call of Duty, but with wipeout ships, if you will. It's a very interesting one, and
right.
that's called Crash Force. And then last weekend, the whole weekend from Saturday morning till Sunday night, I played Dead Rising 3 on my PC, and I instantly fell in love with that, and I've nearly completed it. I'm on the last boss at the moment, but so just fun. It's just a fun game. It's like the mechanics are okay, the graphics are nice, but it's just a fun game. And you've played
It's an
quite a
awesome
bit of
game.
that, haven't
It
you?
really is. Yeah, I got that on the Xbox One,
Mm.
and it's bloody brilliant. It's just so much fun, like you say. It's one of those games that you can just jump into whenever, go and kill thousands of zombies, run them all over, whatever. But the storyline actually is pretty good as well. It's not too bad,
Mm.
and it kind of drags you along, and you go through different scenarios. So I did really enjoy that.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
I've been looking to actually get
So just
Dead Rising 4 based off the back of this. I know it's not meant to
ah,
be as good, but I still want to. Go on.
definitely worth getting if you enjoyed three, I presume.
Mm.
I haven't actually read any reviews of it, so I'm not too sure. Sorry, Nathan's just said whose room is Mark in. This is my spare room, just to put it out there. I have set up in here for the time being my PC because my loft is a complete and utter tip. I have been renovating, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, my loft room so that everything is looking a whole lot sharper, but I haven't quite completed it yet. Hoping to do that this evening. A few more bits to do, but then I can base myself from there for next time. So that's what's going on. That's why the hell I'm in this odd little room here. So yeah.
Okay. Um, two more games that I've been playing recently. Number one, I made a video of, and that's Atlas Reactor. Very peculiar. If you can see just there, I've got a strange mug with a geezer with a cigar. I got a package last weekend sent to me with no information in it whatsoever, but it turns out it's from the game Atlas Reactor. So I made a video on it. If you have no idea what that is, check out our timeline. You'll see a video of me unboxing that thing and playing the game. Enjoyable, fairly enjoyable. I didn't expect to enjoy it
So
at all.
bizarre.
It's a free to play game, the weirdest package I've ever received in my life. But yeah, I've been playing that a little bit. And then one final game that I've been playing, aside from the hundreds of games on this that I have been playing. For example, Wonder Boy 3 I've been playing on here, and Power Stone, and everything else. But another game away from that, two more, sorry. Pokemon Duel on my mobile. Now, that was announced it was released without an
Christ.
announcement. It just happened, right? It just came out, a brand new Pokemon game, not
Mm.
by Niantic, but by the Pokemon Company. And it's odd. It's very odd. Very odd. And
Yeah,
I
very
think
odd.
their plan is, if it was a massive success, there would be a toy line of amiibo style Pokemon. That is if it was a big success, but so far I've heard it's a crashy mess. No one really enjoys it. It's got very complex mechanics. I've had to
Yeah.
force myself to play it to try and enjoy it. I've won every single one of my games. It's kind of board gamey. I've won every single game
Mm.
online. Oh, it's online only as well. But I just haven't
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I've tried to enjoy it, but I'm not enjoying it at all. So
Yeah, I played about half an hour of it or something when you told me about it,
mm,
and you're right. The mechanics are just are horrible.
mm,
They really are. It's too complicated. I managed to log in fine. I never had any problems with it crashing or anything like that. But I played it for a while, like you say, won every game, and just got bored of it.
mm. Yeah, it's just not good. So it's still on my phone. Maybe I'll have a go, but ideally, I'd like to be playing this offline when I'm on the tube or whatever. But you know, um, the last game I've been playing is Moto Racer 4. Not a new game, came out at the end of last year, but
Oh,
I've been playing it on Xbox and I've been playing it a little bit. And I've had to kind of step away from any kind of prejudices towards racing games because I really like my racing games, as you know. But this, I've had to restructure my brain around this game and think of it not as a pure racer, but as an arcade racer. And based on that, it is enjoyable. And I've because I've played things like MXGP 2 and Ride 2 recently. Suddenly, your expectation of a motorbike racing game is up here, whereas this it shouldn't even be in the same category. This is kind of over here somewhere. These two games are up here on their own plinth. This is completely separate from that. But yeah, it's enjoyable. There's stunts, there's dirt biking, there's road racing, there's elimination rounds, survival rounds, pure racing. There's 8 players online
yeah.
multiplayer. There's local multiplayer. There's a ton of options, customizations. There's tons of stuff going on there. So yeah, that's my lot play wise. That is my lot
Is that
play wise.
something that you would recommend to people that aren't heavily into racing games, who
100%.
just kind of
Yes.
want something a
This
bit
is the
more fun?
kind of game that you can just sit down, bang on, and enjoy. Yeah. So, because you, for example, you aren't a racing game fan per se. Like, you won't sit there and play
Yeah, yeah,
Forza Motorsport because that is just next level complex. You'd play Forza
yeah.
Horizon, for example, because that's a lot more accessible. This is even more accessible than that kind of level. So, yes, I would definitely
Mm,
recommend it to
yeah.
people who aren't potentially massive racing game enthusiasts? Yes, good question.
Has
Yes,
it got a split screen mode that we could actually play against each other?
yes, it
That's what I want to
does.
know.
Yes, it does.
There you go. Let's do that.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah.
I might
So
do all right.
I think that's about it in terms of what I've been playing. So
Mm.
I guess that leads us on to aptly the competition. Now, this is
Woo!
quite apt because we have 4 copies of Moto Racer 4 to give away. Yes, that game I've just been speaking of. We got 4 Steam codes of
What a
Moto Racer
coincidence.
4. What a coincidence. And the company who actually sent me it gave us 4 additional codes on PC. I've been playing on Xbox, but this is the PC port. And yeah, that's for you guys to be to I don't know enter a competition. Now I haven't thought of a competition. Have you got anything in mind? Otherwise, it will just be a hashtag tweety thing.
I like the selfie competition.
A
That's the
selfie,
best one for me.
a selfie competition, a selfie comp. Right.
So
Okay.
hashtag tweeting selfie on Twitter.
Hashtag TGS selfie on Twitter. That's all you need to do if you want to enter it and win a code. Just tweet us. What I'll do, I'll get in touch with you. I'll announce the winners on Twitter. But yeah, ping us a selfie on Twitter with TGS selfie as the hashtag if you want to win Moto Racer 4, and we'll just pick 4 from you and distribute the codes to you this afternoon or tomorrow or whenever. So yeah, it's as simple as that.
Yeah, and if you want to know what the game looks like, etc., etc., go and look at Jamie's last video on our channel, actually, the last uploaded video before this,
Yep,
and you'll get an idea of what the game is all about.
exactly.
And yeah, Jamie will send that code to you, and you will be playing it yourself.
You could
So
be playing it
drop
today.
a selfie on Twitter. Yeah, today. My God. Do that. Drop a selfie on Twitter, guys. We know you love it, especially Chris Ashanked. He does the best selfies on Twitter. Um, Drop that on there. Maybe with some clothes on this time, Chris. That'd be great. Um, and then,
PC. It's on PC,
and
Metro.
then Jamie will pick.
Yes, it's a Steam PC code,
Oh, there you go.
guys. Yeah, so that brings us to the last section of today's video, which is Q&A. And that's where you guys get to ask us anything and we shall try and answer. So yeah, crack on, guys.
This
Shed
is it. This
selfie.
is the
There you
one. I
go.
think we've had a few questions already, actually,
Oh, I don't know, have we?
in the chat. Yeah, there was. I think it was what. Da, 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 da. What's your favourite current game on? I presume for you it will be Xbox,
Or PC.
and then for me, or PC. Yep, or PC.
Favorite current game.
We kind of gone into what games we're playing,
Yeah, but that
but
doesn't
yeah,
mean favourite
favourite
current game.
current game.
All right, for me, favourite current game that I'm playing is Forza Horizon 3. That game is so brilliantly amazing. So brilliantly amazing. I can't floor it at all. Oh, I can floor it. There are flaws here and there, but in general, about 98% of what I've played is absolutely phenomenal. It's so brilliant. It's such a brilliant game. If you're slightly into racing, you have to get that game. It's banging.
Okay, so it was Misty that asked that question,
Hmm.
and he said, if you have already said I wasn't listening, as I was playing Watch Dogs 2. So he's clearly paying attention to the stream. Hopefully, Misty, we've answered your question. Mine for sure is going to be one of the two that I've said already. I actually haven't really played much more outside of that. As I said, I've been doing the room upstairs and all the other bits and pieces at the
Hmm.
moment. So I've been pretty busy, and I haven't had much of a chance.
Oh, actually, yeah.
Obviously, we've had the questions about who's.
Who's?
Go on.
I was just going to say, Tom said something in the chat there. Tom said Rainbow Six is rad, and yes, I was playing a lot of Rainbow Six yesterday. You can grab it for bargain basement prices at the moment, and it really, really, really is good. Rainbow
Mm.
Six Siege. It's so fun with a mate, just having a chat and just cracking on and killing terrorists or rescuing hostages. Such a great game. So well balanced, really is, and a very challenging game.
Yeah, I know a few people that play that and absolutely love it. Always going on about it and having late night battles and all this kind of stuff. So it's
Mm.
it's definitely it's one to play with your mates. It seems, no doubt.
Yep, 100%.
So the other bits on there were what room are you in, which I answered. Unfortunately, like I said, it's my spare room for the moment.
It's your
It
man
will
cave.
change.
It's your girl
Uh,
cave.
my man, my girl cave. Oh my god. Um, so there are a few questions now. Is this something you guys will do often, or more streaming? Says Ravito. So this is Shedcast, as we've put in the title, and it's something we want to do once a month. We want to kind of get into talking about what's happened in that month. We want to talk about what's going on with us, what's new, give you guys a chance to chat to us, and then for you that are watching it back, you can drop comments to us, and we can come back to you. So it's kind of something we want to do once a month. We want to get this going as a regular thing. Uh, I don't know about making this into any type of podcast. This is literally just for YouTube. That would be a little bit too complex for my tiny little brain at the moment. So there you go.
Yeah, in terms of streaming, I do
um,
plan on streaming regularly, but I've just been out of the game recently. I've been so tired and had the flu, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, but I will be back on it very soon. Um, I saw
Good.
a question from BVGN. So he says, "Have you got enough money to get Sonic Mario Collector's Edition. I still haven't seen a payday yet. So
Mayhem.
next month. I haven't been paid since March last year. All right, so it's soon come, and
Oh,
there's a big list of stuff
oh.
that's needed. So yeah, fear not, fear not.
Can you buy that yet? I didn't think that
Sonic
had actually
Mania,
come out for pre-order yet.
yes, ages ago, like last
Did
year,
it fully
ages
come
ago.
out with the? Oh well,
Yeah, the collector's edition one.
well,
Yeah,
I'm an idiot then. I would have probably bought that.
yes, it's
God
on
damn it.
Amazon. Jump
Well, there
on
you go.
Amazon.
I'll have to look into it. Mysterious Knight says, "What game are you looking forward to the most personally? If you had to pick one, I'll let you answer first, Joe."
What game am I most looking forward to coming out on any console?
Yeah,
I can't answer that
anything.
truthfully. So, uh, because as we know, I'm not allowed
Second most.
second most. Right. Okay. So second most thing that I'm most looking forward to coming out in the future would be Mario Odyssey, probably. Aside from that, other things that I can talk about that's coming out would be, I don't know, a new Forza game this year, Forza Motorsport 6, 7. What are we on? 7. Um, uh, yeah, that's it. I can't. I've got a massive list, but I can't discuss them. So yeah, yeah, it's a huge list of games I can't wait for, but I can't discuss any of them.
Next year. Yeah. So moving on, the game I'm looking forward to most is Breath of the Wild. To be honest, I haven't actually sat down and fully played a Zelda game for a long time. So I'd love to make this the Zelda game that I sit down and play. I doubt very much I will cover it for YouTube because of all the monetization locks and also the fact that I'd like to really actually experience the game. It's difficult when I'm streaming. I'm not great with multitasking, as you may have noticed in my streams.
We've noticed.
But yeah. no, no man's sky. But yeah, with that one, I feel like it's there's no point in covering it for that. But I will when I get the Switch and when I get because I've actually ordered the special edition Zelda. I will unbox it and show it off and all that lovely stuff for you guys, so you can all see what it looks like and everything else. I will also put my views up of the game on social media and everything else. I suppose I could do a face video of it, but there's just no point in me covering it really, videos wise. So that is what I'm looking forward to the most. Clearly, it's the game to have of the Switch selection, and it means I can play it on the tube without worrying about messing up a playlist of videos that I'm in the middle of. So things like that are great. I can't wait to be playing it on the train, and I'm just a little bit worried about someone mugging me for my Switch.
That's it. Well,
That's
especially
about
if you go out to work on the Friday and then come back home in your pissed state. Yeah.
Oh, don't. Yeah. That's
Mm,
why I bought the case for the Switch.
mm.
I have to make sure that the case is purchased so that I can put it away, hide it in my bag,
You
and I'm
mean
actually pretty good with my bag when I'm
you
pissed.
mean the
So,
£17 case?
hmm. I think there's one with the Zelda bundle.
Oh, is it?
Um, I'd have to double check that. I think so. I think that's where I didn't buy one separately because I knew there was one coming with that.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
have to double check that actually. 'Cause you just got me thinking about it. Um, so, Mysterious Knight says also, Jamie, what is that little big planet Sackboy thing behind you? I want one. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can't talk about anything. Don't be an idiot.
You should move that from behind you.
I'm not talking about it.
I completely forgot. Sorry. Yeah, that's just a Sackboy. So yeah, let's move on. Never had a Wii. I just picked up a used Wii U off eBay for a fair price for 16 games. What Wii or Wii U games are must-have? Says Nathan. Do you want to
We
start with a couple of your favourite Wii games?
absolutely 100% I will. Get yourself House of the Dead 2 and 3 so you can experience House of the Dead 2 on your current HD television. Get yourself Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Get yourself Paper Mario. What else? LA and New York gun thing. I can't remember what that's called. Sorry, my Wii games are behind me. Um, Luigi's. No, Luigi's Mansion didn't come out on that. What am I talking about? Um, Zelda Twilight
We wish.
Princess. I think that's about it. Skyward Sword. Zelda Skyward Sword. That's about my lot for the Wii that I'd say you have to get. Maybe Super Mario All Stars. Um, yeah, that'll do. That'll do.
So, in terms of Wii U, there's some really obvious, awesome games for the Wii U that you have to buy if you just bought a Wii U. Mario Kart 8 is a must-have. It's brilliant. Mario 3D World. I think it's Super Mario 3. Oh, there he is.
There he
Hello,
is.
mate.
I think he's just done a poo. He's running around like a nutter.
So Mario 3D World must have. Smash Brothers must have. There's so many. They actually did a really bang on job of releasing really good first party titles for the Wii U. So go and check them out. There's probably about eight that are definite must haves. Um, but even things like, oh, I wouldn't really recommend Mario Party. It's not great. It's okay. But Wii Party U, if you've got people around you that want to play party games, that is brilliant. Brilliant. It's a lot of fun.
Hmm.
But there's loads. There's loads. Lego City Undercover, and so on and so on. If you'd like, drop us a DM and I can help you out with that because I've got all of them. It's ridiculous. I've got every bloody Wii U game you could ever ask about. Um, so yeah, that's for the Wii U. Um, on to the rest of the questions. I think let's have a look. Apparently, they've said Breath of the Wild is impossible to get 100% completion.
What? How is it
That sounds
impossible?
ridiculous.
If
Maybe they were referring to me specifically.
don't know. Okay.
um, Gemma says she loves Siege. There's a lot of people that love Siege. So yeah, definitely there's a gang playing that game, no
That's a
doubt
great
about it.
game. Great
Everyone
game.
seems to love it. Yeah. Um, Ghost Recon Wildlands looks like it could be okay, says Pixel Enemy.
Hmm.
I haven't seen anything about it. I don't know if you've seen that, Joe.
No, I haven't actually. I've kind of avoided all footage of that. Oh wow, our
Okay.
video's been trolled,
So
by the way.
Nathan,
Our video has been trolled by
has it?
someone. Yeah,
Which one?
this video has been trolled by someone.
Oh, 10 dislikes.
Hmm.
Wow.
Someone's
Holy
moody.
shit. Where did that come from?
Who cares?
Yeah, get out of it. Welcome Warrior 97 says, "Hey Jamie and Mark, how you doing, mate? Thank
Hello,
you for
warrior.
joining." Hashtag TGS selfie is lit. So yes, it is. There's people posting that. I haven't looked on my phone yet. Um, Warrior says, "Are you buying the Switch? Don't, just don't." So yes,
We've
I am buying
discussed
the Switch.
we've
Jamie
discussed
isn't.
all that. I didn't say I wasn't buying it. I said I am buying it. I said I'm not pre-ordering it.
Pre-ordering. Sorry, yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Um, BVGN. So Chris is talking to BVGN, says prices aren't that bad, but the fact they must have so many fakes is fucking atrocious. I just need to actually look back and read what you're actually referring to. I think that CEX needs to hire people who can test and sell their retro games with better prices. What do you think, Jamie?
I'm not fussed about CEX. Look, I think their pricing structure's okay. Where else on the high street can you go out and get half of the stuff that's in CEX? You can't. They need to pay overheads. Um, they need to, pay for their store. They need to pay for their staff. Online places don't have the same overheads. Okay, so I think CES's price structure is completely fine. Um, it might not be for everyone. If you have other options and you think it is too expensive, use your other options essentially. But they have a business model that's in place and it works for them. So good on them.
Mysterious Knight has fessed up to the fact that he forgot about the thing we talked about briefly that we shouldn't have talked about. He said that was awkward. So yeah, there's a bunch of people talking about what games to get for the Wii U. There is tons. I mean, I forgot to say Mario Maker, Wind Waker HD, Twilight HD. There's so many,
Mm.
and this is where I think they've fucked this whole thing up because there is so many good games on the Wii U, and if they do actually drop it in price at some point, everyone will end up buying it.
Mm.
I feel because it's still full whack. There's been no drop in price. It's ridiculous. Gemma Metro Racer are saying hi to Tyler. That was a little bit delayed, but yeah, hello
Don't know where
Tyler.
he is. Oh, he's behind me.
Um, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is rocketing in price for the Wii U system. I don't know why that is.
Never
Is
even
that
heard of
a
that game.
bit niche? Did they not release many of them? No. Da da da. I'm excited for Just Honor. Sorry, I'm excited for Honor. Just played the beta for it on the PC. I've seen a few things talking about the beta for that and how it's a bit glitchy and messed up and stuff. I don't know. You have to let us know your opinion of it, Mysterious Knight, how you found it. But is it an open beta or is it a closed beta? I'm not sure. I haven't actually looked into it. I dropped you a message, Jay, about it, and
Yeah, I'm not interested.
a
Not
couple of other
interested.
people, but I haven't had a chance to have a look.
Not interested.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea.
So, talking of CEX, Metro Racer says £120 for an NES Mini. So, that pricing structure we're talking about.
No, if you look, Tom
bad,
has also answered that. They were buying them for 90. So is it that bad?
Holy shit.
Is it?
Yeah,
You
true.
see?
True.
So I don't think they are as criminal as a lot of people make out. I really, really genuinely don't. Where on the high street can you go and
Mm,
buy a NES Mini? You can't. Therefore, if they're paying 90 quid for them, they're charging 120
yeah.
quid. That is completely fair. You don't have to go and buy that NES Mini for 120 quid. The fact is, it's Nintendo's fault that people are charging 120 quid for it. It's not CEX's fault. It's completely Nintendo's fault. So don't blame CEX is all I'm saying.
I think that NES Mini is the worst example of Nintendo understocking something. And
Creating
the
false
fact that
hype.
they haven't actually released any more stock of that. I think they did one more, didn't they? It
They
was
did
around
one.
Christmas time. They did a
It
little
was
promotion.
23rd or 22nd. It was part of their advent calendar, and I managed to get it. I managed to literally the minute it went live, bang, paid for it, everything. Waited about 12 hours. It said, "Congratulations, you bought it. There's your receipt." About 12 hours later, sent me an email back. Nope, sorry, we don't have stock. Here's your money back. And I went on the price website thing. What's it called? Hot Deals, Hot UK Deals, and every single person who'd said, "Yay, I
Mm.
got one," every single one of those people said, "No, they've just cancelled my order." So that to me looks like they didn't actually stock any. That it was just complete again.
No.
Every single person on Hot UK Deals, which like it springs up these deals instantaneously. Everyone went, "Yay, I've got one," which was, I mean, the stock was only live for like 5 minutes. So all of those people in that 5 minutes who said, "Yes, I've got one," then later in the day said they've cancelled my order. So to me, that looks like they never had any stock in the first place. It's complete shit to make people talk about it again. That's just
Yeah.
my
Yeah. And
my assessment of the situation.
yeah, it was ridiculous. I mean, I had one pre-ordered from July, and I pre-ordered from one of the worst places to pre-order from. But at the same time, that shouldn't have really mattered for what stock they should have produced. It was going to be popular. I don't think they ever thought it'd be that popular. But at the same time, they could have just produced more when they found out it was that popular. This is what I don't get.
Mm.
How long has it taken? Have they put everything into a Switch and gone, you know what, fuck the NES Mini, we're not going to make any more? That's what it feels like. It feels like they've just gone, enough, we're not going to make any
I've
more.
heard rumours
Which is
circulating
massively
as well.
frustrating.
There's rumours circulating about a SNES Mini, like quite substantial rumours. So it looks like
Wow.
they're moving on with that. So again, we're going to have this whole understocking shenanigans going forward, and it's just the same story time and time again to get
Yeah.
people like us, like Twitter community, to talk about Nintendo, the brand, to keep them relevant, and current.
Yeah, yeah. Tom said he had his order cancelled recently from very, what it was, yeah, very, I don't know, not great. It's one of those online catalog stores, isn't it?
Thank you, Jack, for
But
your
yeah, mine was
subscription.
from Zavi that I pre-ordered in July.
Mm.
Oh, thank you. I pre-ordered that July, got it cancelled just before launch, which was amazing. And at that point, obviously, I'm not going to be able to get it from anywhere else, so I failed on that front. But it's one of those things, that's just the greatest example of them
Hey, guess
creating
what?
hype,
Guess what?
understocking,
I can play
everything else.
all of those games that are on there here in HD, and yeah,
Yeah,
we can all play them on our mobile
on the go.
phones. We can. I can fucking play them all on this thing. I've got 10 ways to play those things just here in my local vicinity. It's a complete. Uh,
Yeah,
I just hated that thing since it was announced. It's the biggest waste of money ever, in my opinion. But fanboys like you need one in their lives, even though you will use it once and then never again.
I'm, I'm honestly, I'm not bothered at all by it anymore. It annoyed me so much with that whole debacle, and the fact that they did the Nintendo on the Nintendo store, and you let me know, and by the time you'd let me know, they'd all gone.
Yeah,
It's just a joke.
I
It's beyond a
literally
joke.
messaged
They're
you
they're
the
they're really
second it
not.
went
Yeah.
live. It's the second it went live. I told you. You went straight on there, and then you said something like, "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" And I said, "It's just gone live." And you were like, "Oh, it's sold out." Like it was literally that quick. So yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Pixel Enemy, thank you for joining us. Says he's got to go shove food into his face hole now. Was nice catching some TGS. I'm often busy when Mark streams, or Jamie streams, I presume.
Cool, man.
Catch you later, chaps. Have a good one. Thank you. See you later, mate. Um, Tom says, I'll keep my eye out for them. I'll sell you mine if I get one for 100 quid, Mark. All right, Tom. No, you can sell me one for 60 quid, you cheeky bastard. Um, Mysterious Knight says the NES Mini just feels like a novelty since we have emulation anyway. Exactly the point.
Mhm.
It's terrible. But there is the opportunities to get every game ever onto it now. The fact that people have hacked it is quite funny because there's no online access for that thing, so there's not even any way that Nintendo can patch it.
Well, the fact that it's now
So
hacked makes it even less desirable for me because that now makes it a Raspberry Pi with a Nintendo
yeah,
UI on it. That's all it is. It's a Raspberry Pi in a
yeah,
NES case. So, you know.
yeah, it's literally it. And you can't play all the other
Yeah.
games that a Raspberry Pi can play.
Mm.
So I need to sneeze.
Good muting of the mic
Sorry.
there. That was good. That was good.
Yes, exactly that. Yeah, that worked out quite. Stitchy says she's eating while she watches. Hashtag dedication. Yes, Pixel does not have that kind of dedication. He's had to go off to stuff his face. BBGN says, going back to retro games, I picked up a copy of Mario Party 2 for 45 quid. Have you guys played any Mario Party games? 45 quid now.
I have.
Oh,
The last one I
painful.
played was
That
on
is.
the Nintendo Wii, and me and my wife used to play it, and it was fairly enjoyable. I wouldn't pay 45 quid for a Mario Party. It's a kind of meh, a meh game. It's fun little mini games, but beyond that, there's nothing
Yeah.
substantial there. And yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't pay 45 quid for one.
I've, I've got it on the Wii U,
I think I've got one
the
for the
latest one.
GameCube here somewhere.
And actually, it's
Maybe.
okay.
It's okay. Oh, there we go.
Um,
I've got Mario Party 5 just here. And it's okay. It's, as I said, it's
oh,
not,
there you go.
yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they are. They're kind of like take 'em or leave 'em type games. I've never been a huge fan of them. It's a board game at the end of the day,
Mm.
and I don't know. Actually prefer Wii Party U, and that's saying something. There's a lot more longevity in that, and that sounds really odd, but there's a lot of fun to be had in Wii Party U. Mario Party, on the other hand, it feels quite limited. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. We played it quite a fair amount and have never put it on since. So
Mm,
that says a lot. But we've put We Party You on a lot of times when we've got people over and we want to play a party game. That's the party game we'll play. So
mm, mm. Yeah. Oh, I got tangled up. Oh my god. Any other questions then? Will you
apparently it's
both
nearly
stream
£100
together?
complete.
Says
Complete in
Gemma.
box, £100.
Waste of money. Gemma says, will you both stream together at some point on PC? Um, I'd like to. We have got a number of games that we can stream together. Mark also has an Xbox One, so I'd like to very much.
You do?
Especially we've got that game that I was talking of earlier, the Wipeout baby, the Crash Force game. We've got that, and they'd like us
Mm.
to cover that. We
Yeah.
could. There's a ton of stuff we could do. For example, the um, the prop hunt game thing that we were playing a while back, Rogue Operatives, has just
Oh yeah,
released 2 new
yeah.
maps and tons of new features. So that's had a complete overhaul. So that would be good to do as well. Thank you very much for the subscription.
Screaming.
Um,
Um, I
yeah.
suppose the question to Gemma is, Gemma, what do you actually want to see us stream?
Mm.
That's the question because there's tons of stuff we could play together. And I think if we were a little bit organised, or actually I was a little bit more organised, should I say, I'd get it all up and running and play something with Jamie. But yeah, let us know, Gemma. What would you like to see us play? That'd be interesting.
Rav says Micro Machines. We would play that all day long on a stream.
Oh, oh, we'll do that. That is 100%. Let's put a stake in the ground right now
Yeah, it's
and
done.
say when that
It's
game
done.
comes out, we will play it. Yeah, definitely.
Right, Mysterious
Um,
Knight says, I have a question for any retro game collectors. Do you even play the games you collect that often? I notice I buy retro games. I usually play them for 5 minutes and then never play it again. It's a good question. I think everyone's individual. Like the games behind me,
very good.
just having a look here, just this section here, this is all stuff I've picked up, I don't know, over the last 3 or 4 years. Xbox collection. I've probably played 15% of those. So, in answer to your question, no. You just buy them for the sake of having them. Um, uh, Above that, N64 games, I haven't even played all of them. Um, Below, GameCube
Mm,
games, haven't even played all of these. In fact, I've probably not even played 10% of these ones. And then, you've got games behind there as well. There's 2 columns of games, 2 rows of games. And then on the other side, more. For current gen stuff, yes. Um, I do play most of them. Although recently I picked up for current gen, even though I've got I picked up FIFA 16 just to play FIFA 16 against a mate. In fact, Tom in the stream, and Arkham Knight because I love it on the PC. I bought it for console as well. I picked them both up about a month and a half ago. I haven't played them. I haven't touched them yet. However, every other modern game I have played. Every recent game that I've picked up, yes. But just the retro stuff that I pick up, I tend not to play.
it's difficult, isn't it? Unless you've got a reason to be dragging out the retro stuff, or you've got all the consoles hooked up already,
Mm.
then it's very unlikely that you're just gonna sit there in the evening and go, you know what, I'm going to play this game that I've never seen before and I know nothing about because it's that old
I
or
do.
whatever,
I
or even a
mean,
game that you know and love.
I will
I've
for the
got to set up the
channel.
console.
I'll occasionally I'll dig through the games and I'll
Yeah,
pull out one I've never seen any footage of. The name intrigues me, the cover art intrigues me, the images on the back intrigue me, and I will put that on for the purpose of making a first impressions video, for no other reason. But yeah,
yeah.
sitting down to just play a game, it wouldn't generally be from here, from the collection. If I wanted to know more about a retro game, I'd probably emulate it. I wouldn't play the original thing just because I've got, I don't know,
Yeah.
a couple of thousand games on there. So yeah.
To be honest, when I've hooked up my Raspberry Pi and I've got all the games on there that I could ever need, that's when I'll actually start playing some retro games that I haven't played before. I'll start giving stuff a go. If it's stuff out of my um, shelving unit, it means I've got to have that console hooked up. So what I'm trying to do in my loft is have all the consoles that I want to be hooked up so I can play games relatively easily. But the Retron 5 actually covers quite a lot of that for me, where It's not hooked up at the moment because I'm still doing the room. But when I have got that hooked up, generally that's if I get a new game, cartridge game, I will stick it in on that and I will play it on that. It's just so much easier, and it means I'm not going to mess around with wires. But if I
Mm.
can get some kind of switcher, then I can have all the old consoles hooked up.
Mm.
So yeah, it's a difficult one. I think there's a lot of collectors out there that collect to have the game, and I don't know. There's a lot of one-upmanship within the collecting world,
Oh yeah, 100%.
but a lot of the time I go. I've been to yeah, a lot of the time I've been to car boots and I've bought a whole stack of games. I'm not going to go home and instantly play 10 games. It just doesn't happen.
Mm.
So yeah, but it's good. I pick up a lot of multiplayer games on purpose. So when I go to car boots, if I see something I've never seen that's multiplayer, I'll do that on purpose so that we can play them together.
Yep, 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 yep.
Although it's been a while, we will get back into that. It just makes sense. It's very easy, and I can bring them around and we can go, oh, this is multiplayer. We've never seen this before. Let's give it a go. I mean, look at classic examples of that in the Sunday Versus series.
Mm.
There's so many that we knew nothing about and shoved them in and give it a go and really liked it. So yeah, or really hated it.
Mm. Exactly, exactly. Yes. I'm not seeing a great deal of other questions. Yeah, not really. Have you seen any other questions, Mark?
Yeah, Chris says, are we going to Arcade Club in April, you pair of bellends? I'm I'm not too sure what Arcade Club is. Jamie, do you know what Arcade Club is? Am I missing something?
No, Chris had a private text with me, which is why I didn't read out that message on in this thing. It's got nothing to do with this stream at all.
Chris, keep it to the text. We should we? I mean, we haven't even talked about expos we're going to this year. We do need to have a chat about that at some
Yeah,
point.
we need to have a chat.
The standard one, yeah, the standard one would be EGX.
Hmm.
That's normal for us. We enjoy that. It's great fun. It's very easy for us. Um, I'm not too sure about the further away type Manchester or Blackpool or anything like that. It's quite difficult for us to organise things like that, and costs a lot of money with petrol and hotels and everything else. So it's a difficult one to
And
call.
even
But I
more
think
now,
Birmingham we can
I'm a
safely say we'll do.
contractor. I'm a contractor, so any time off work adds to the price of going away for the day quite considerably. So it's going to be very much held down this year in terms of taking time away to go to
Yes.
expos, unfortunately.
Holiday costs money for
Mm.
Jamie. I've been through that. It is painful and it's really difficult one to weigh up because you go, oh, I can just I can just spend less, but it doesn't really work like that. So it's a horrible one to weigh up. You have to figure, is the holiday worth that much money?
Exactly.
So yeah. Chris says Margate. That would be interesting. That's Geek in February, so that's
They
next month.
actually, the
Not
creator,
too sure yet.
the curator of Geek actually tweeted us to ask us if we were coming. She tweeted us a couple of uh, weeks ago, I think, said hope to see the game shed there. So I don't know. We've got an invite, is what I'm saying.
It's quite an easy one.
Mm.
Yeah, it's quite an easy one for us because we can just drive around there and drive back in the same day. Um, but we just haven't really, we haven't talked about it, so we haven't had a chance to even think about whether it's possible or not.
Mm.
But Chris, are you going to Margate? That's the question, I suppose, if you're going to throw it out there. Um, yeah. Question for you lads: which Master System game would you like to see me do a review of? Jamie?
Um, I won't watch it for a fact. I tend not to look at retro reviews because I get really angry at them, especially of a beloved system such as the Master System, which was my first console. I definitely won't watch it. Sorry about that. I would just rage at you for whatever you said about that cherished game. If you want to go ahead and review a game, um, I'd suggest something like Donald Duck's Lucky Dime Caper, being one of the greatest platforming games ever
Brilliant.
made.
What a game.
Hmm.
If you want something really annoying that's gonna actually be quite hard to review. Do transport.
Transport, yeah.
And see if you can complete it. That's a good one. If you can complete it for the footage, I'll be very impressed. I don't actually think anyone can complete that game.
No, is it not broken, that game?
Right.
I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, I
Mm,
think it's on some kind of continuous loop.
mm.
Um, I really love that game. I don't know why. It's a real nostalgia one for me. There's nothing more to it. And when I play it, the music I love, and the game itself is a bit annoying. But to be honest, it's just one of those nostalgic classics that really has grabbed me in the past. So it's something I had to have, and it's something I played multiple times.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so that's transport. So yeah, BBGM, play transport or Lucky Dime Caper. That's our suggestions,
That's it.
definitely.
That's it. Well, there we go. Look, I've got nothing else. I haven't seen
So
any other questions.
finally, I suppose. Yeah, no, I'm just seeing someone's having a problem with Wii U. Boot me. We can sort that out after. Outside of that, no, we're all good. I think, to be honest, we're probably coming to the end of the stream.
Yes, exactly. So I'll check out Twitter afterwards. Thank you to everyone who entered the competition. I'll tweet out who's won or whatever afterwards because I've got all the codes here. So thank you so much. Remember, 4 codes for Moto Racer 4. And I think, yeah, as I said, we've got loads of good videos coming up. We've got Mark's editing when it's done of a Switch video. I'll just say it at that. We've got a GPDXD review, an Eagle Box review. Hopefully, this Crash Force video coming up, if we can find some time to play the game together, and probably plenty more,
Mm.
and hopefully some streams at some point this week as well.
Yeah, I'm going to try and chuck in a Resi stream this week. That's my plan. Once I've got this Switch video done, I'll do a Resi stream.
Cool.
And let's crack on and get a bit further. I don't know whether to do it in VR or non-VR, but if I do a VR only one, I'll probably only stream for an hour because it just actually, VR makes your head go funny. So yeah,
All right, excellent.
that's that.
Cool. Right. Well, thank you everyone very much for tuning in, and we'll probably cut up this video and make it a bit more concise and a little bit more flowy, and archive it at some point very soon. But really appreciate everyone dropping in. So thank you so much, and I'll say goodbye.
Thank you, everyone. See you next time.